Get this. Today we're going to really dive deep into this whole heart-brain connection thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not just talking about the warm and fuzzies. We're going full-on science mode here.
All right. I'm intrigued.
We've got research from this place called the HeartMath Institute, articles on brain waves and heart rhythms, even a meditation guide that uses these principles.
Wow. Okay. So it's like the real deal then.
Oh, yeah, totally. And Get this, it really makes you rethink everything.
What do you mean?
So we usually think of the brain as the control center, calling all the shots.
Right.
But what if I told you the heart actually sends more signals to the brain than the other way around?
Seriously?
Yeah. It's our hearts are these secret influencers shaping what's going on up there.
Huh. That's wild. I never thought about it like that.
Right. It's a whole new perspective.
So it's not just a one-way street. This communication goes both ways.
Exactly. And it doesn't just stop at our thoughts. This two-way communication, it impacts our emotions, our stress levels, even things like intuition.
Intuition, really?
Yeah, there's research on it. It all comes down to this concept of, are you ready for this? Psychophysiological coherence.
Okay, that's a mouthful. You should make me say that 5 times fast.
Maybe later. But basically, think of it like an orchestra, right? When everything's in sync, playing in perfect harmony.
Yeah, beautiful music.
Exactly. That's coherence. It's when your heart rhythms, brain waves, and emotions are all vibing together, working seamlessly.
So when I'm stressed out, feeling like everything's a mess, it's like my inner orchestra is just a cacophony of sound.
Exactly. Stress throws everything out of whack. Your heart rhythms go haywire, your brain waves get all jumbled, emotions are all over the place.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. So is that where this heart math stuff comes in?
Right.
Can it help get my inner orchestra back on track?
You got it. That's exactly what we're going to dig into.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready to hear more.
So, I'm all about learning how to handle stress better.
Right. Who isn't these days?
Exactly. So tell me more about these HeartMath techniques. How do they work? What do they do?
Well, they've got this thing. It's called heart-focused breathing.
Heart-focused breathing.
Yeah, and it's kind of what it sounds like.
So just remembering to breathe when things get crazy.
Yeah, but it's more than that. It's about bringing your attention to your heart, right here, as you're breathing. And breathing a little slower, a little deeper than you normally would.
Okay, so it's I'm kind of directing my breath to soothe my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does this tie back into those positive emotions we were talking about?
It totally does. So once you've got this nice rhythmic breathing going, you then bring to mind a positive feeling.
Okay.
Could be anything, gratitude for your family, a happy memory, even enjoying a sunny day,
Okay.
Anything that gives you that warm feeling.
I like that.
And focusing on that while doing this heart-focused breathing, it really boosts the effects.
It's amazing to me how, all this stuff really shows how connected the mind and body are.
Right.
It's not just some, vague idea. We can actually, change our heart rhythms, and we have the tech to prove it.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about it,
And this might sound kind of out there, but some research says that when you've got this whole heart-brain coherence thing going on, it could actually, boost your intuition.
Now, that's interesting because, well, I don't want to get too woo-woo here, but...
Oh, no, let's dig to the science.
Of course. But there is research suggesting that when we're in that state of coherence, our perception is just, sharper. We pick up on things, both inside and outside ourselves, that we might normally miss.
So it's we become more aware.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that could be where those gut feelings come from.
The ones that turn out to be right.
Yeah. Maybe even those moments when you know something's going to happen before it does.
Okay, now that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a sixth sense almost.
It's more about tapping into a potential that's already there, but often gets drowned out by the noise of everyday life.
So, if we can quiet the noise, we can hear those whispers of intuition.
Precisely. And get this, it's not just about us, as individuals.
What do you mean?
The HeartMath Institute, they're doing some really interesting work.
Okay.
And they have this initiative. It's called the Global Coherence Initiative.
Global Coherence Initiative. Okay.
And their whole thing is the idea that as more of us tap into this personal coherence, we actually contribute to a more harmonious global field.
A global field. Okay, now you're blowing my mind. I was just starting to understand how my heart and brain are talking to each other. Now you're saying it's all connected, like on a global scale?
It sounds crazy, I know, but just hear me out.
All right, I'm listening.
So the Earth has this magnetic field, right?
Okay.
And studies have shown that our heart rhythms are influenced by these fields.
Okay, I've heard of that.
But here's the thing. It's a two-way street. Our hearts are also affecting this larger field.
Wait, really?
Yeah, especially when our hearts are in coherence. It's like we're sending out these waves of positive energy into the world.
So the more people who are practicing these techniques, the more we're, like, amplifying those positive vibes.
Exactly. And that's the whole idea behind the Global Coherence Initiative.
That's wild. So if I'm understanding this right, just by learning to regulate my own emotions, I can actually contribute to a more peaceful planet.
That's the theory.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty powerful stuff. It makes you wonder, like, what else are we capable of if we all tapped into this heart energy?
It's definitely something to think about.
So it's like, if we're all stressed out, feeling that dissonance, it kind of like ripples outwards.
Yeah. It's like we're all contributing to this sort of background hum of stress.
And if we can calm that inner chaos,
exactly,
then we can actually make the world a little bit more peaceful just by working on ourselves.
That's the idea.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it, Like, we used to think the heart was just this, like a pump.
Just pumping blood.
Right. But it's so much more than that.
Oh, yeah. It's way more complex than we ever imagined.
It's like this hidden intelligence, sending messages, shaping our experiences.
It really is. And the more we learn about it, the more amazing it becomes.
That's we each have this, like, instrument, right?
Yeah.
And when we're in tune with ourselves, it creates this beautiful music.
I love that analogy.
And then imagine, like, all of us playing together in harmony. It's like a symphony of the heart.
It really makes you wonder what else is possible.
Totally. So for everyone listening, think about this. If our emotions can literally change our heart rhythms, and if those rhythms are connected to something bigger than ourselves, what if we've only just scratched the surface of what this heart-brain connection can do?
Yeah.
That's something to ponder, right? And on that note, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the incredible world of the heart-brain connection. Until next time.